city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Turabo Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Turabo Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-10-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Hey Turabo State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance.
Good morning, welcome to the morning show on Some TV. I am Abraham Maina Joda. The morning show on Some TV is where you get your daily dose of inspiration, information, and entertainment. Well, it's Friday, and it reminds us that the toughest days of the week is behind us. Now, let me tell you something. If Monday is like you are stuck, it's like you're stuck in a Lagos traffic, a typical Lagos traffic. Friday feels like the moment when you sight your street, you know you're almost home and dry. But before we dive into the stories, let me inspire you with a short tale of perseverance. There was a man who was a shoemaker or cobbler, as we call it around here. He was into mending shoes. Later, he saw that, people are moving to making of shoes. He began to make shoes, he began to try. People were like, what to look for something else to do? He said, no, he has a special feelings for the making of shoes. And he began to make those shoes and to supply to prominent people for free as a souvenir, as a gift. And it set him back for some time. He was using his hard-earned money to make these shoes for people who had more than enough. But he had a plan. He had a target. And after some time, someone noticed that the shoe he gave to him lasted longer than even the ones that he bought in bought in the high class stores in town. And he decided to introduce him to his friends. And today, that man supplies. He has a big shop with lots of young men and women training under him, making shoes. He persevered, and that is what I would like to tell you to do today. Persevere, endure, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Now, remember, consistency may look boring, but it builds a legacy. And as Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Director General of the World Trade Organization, once said, "Do not be afraid to dream big, but more importantly, be ready to work hard and persevere." That is the word of Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So if you step into this beautiful Friday, ask yourself, what's one thing I keep pushing? What is the one thing you will push on and on today? Just a little further, just a little more energy. What is that one thing? And with me, to push further, what we're doing here this morning is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham, and good morning to you out there. It's a bright day. Wish you the very best from this platform here.
Thank you very much for this wonderful day. It's that day. Have you been in the serious Lagos traffic before when you get stuck maybe for hours and you're dead tired? The moment you sight your street, the kind of relief you feel. It's something out of this world. And I think that is what the Feelings Friday bring, especially after a very hectic week. So I believe you had a hectic week, I can assure that.
Yeah, at times it's not necessarily a traffic situation. There are instances where you get stuck in some things and you'll be looking forward to when it is going to end. At times when you're in school and you want the semester to end. So by the time you see exams timetable, you begin to sigh some sign of relief and things like that.
Yes.
Now, and besides, after all, for some of us in the media, we don't really have weekend. So
the weekend is just in name. In name. Yeah. Okay, let us look at the weather report for today. Let me start with Jalingo, Taraba State. The temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. The conditions is mostly cloudy. Humidity is 92%. And the wind is 6 kilometers per hour. So we should expect a warm, humid day with low chances of rain. Early morning clouds may give way to partial sunshine in the afternoon. So get ready for partial sunshine in the afternoon, but it's going to be a humid day with low chances of rain. So, well, if you ask me, from the forecast, you don't need to come around with your umbrella or your raincoat. It's going to be, the chances of rain is very low today. Now, let us look at the reports from select cities across Nigeria. Lagos today will be, right now, is 25 degrees Celsius, overcast skies, humid conditions throughout the day. Abuja is 24 degrees Celsius, low clouds, mild winds, and a slight breeze. Jos, 19 degrees. Oh, it's going to be cool in Jos and partly cloudy. A refreshing break from the heat. Port Harcourt to be 24 degrees Celsius, cloudy skies with a chance of light rain showers. Kano will be 24 degrees Celsius, warm with intervals of sunshine and cloud. Maiduguri 25 degrees Celsius, sunny spells expected with dry winds. Calabar 23 degrees Celsius, cloudy with a high chance of humidity. So from the outlook, there's no major weather disruption expected nationwide today. However, residents in coastal and central areas should stay alert for possible light rain and slippery roads during the evening hours. What's the tip for the day? Keep hydrated and wear light clothing to cope with the humidity. especially in the southern cities. If you're on the road, drive carefully under cloudy or misty conditions. That is my tip for the day. With that, let us move to the papers.
I'm ready.
Okay. Like they say, are you ready? Okay, let's go to the Vanguard. Yes. Okay, let's take stories on cover page of the Guardian. Try to see. Oh, sorry. I think I have some issues here. Okay, we have Tinubu's reforms boosting economic recovery, says FG. Tinubu's reform, that is one of the story. You can read that story on page 3 of the Vanguard. Then you have visa war. Federal government explains stance as U.S. slams tighter measures. That story is the major story on the Vanguard. Then you have ADC with dislodge Tinubu. APC says Aregbe Shola vows not to sideline state chairman. Utomi backs coalition. And again, others kill 4 policemen and SCDC officers in Benue ambush. Stories on page 6. And say, if not for Tinubu, Buhari wouldn't have won APC primary, says presidency.
Onanoga, most likely.
Senate sacks Natasha Uduaghan as committee chairman. I think she has been replaced on as chairman committee.
Diaspora?
No, not diaspora. I think what I will try to remember that committee is one of those what we call juicy committees. So, but let us look at the major story. The visa war. Federal government explains stance as U.S. slams tighter measures. The federal government yesterday denied stopping the issuance of the 5-year non-immigrant multiple entry visas for United States of America, USA citizens. A policy the U.S. cited as reason for the latest visa restriction against Nigerians. This came as the U.S. continued its tight immigration policies with the introduction of a new $250 visa integrity fee targeting mostly non-immigrant visa applicants, including student, tourists, and workers' visas. It will be recorded that recently several countries, including the U.S., the United Kingdom, Canada, and United Arab Emirates, have introduced stricter visa restrictions against Nigeria as part of their immigration crackdown and growing protectionism among the world superpowers. Countries that have so far restricted foreign travels for Nigerians have cited concern around national security, economic concern, and public health issues. Just 3 days ago, the U.S. released a new visa policy reducing non-immigrant and non-diplomatic visa duration for Nigerians to 3 months with single entry permitted. Now, faulting the U.S. claims of reciprocity as the reason for its current visa policy towards Nigeria, the president said that the claim does not accurately reflect the actual situation. In a statement by the special advisor to the President of Information Strategy, Mr. Boye Onanuga, the president expressed readiness to continue to engage with the U.S. to address the unfavorable restriction in a just and fair manner. He said immediately after assuming office, President Tinubu administration issued a service-wide directive that Nigeria implements all bilateral agreements with other nations and adhere to the principle of reciprocity in diplomatic relationship. So we want to reiterate that the U.S. government's claim of reciprocity as the reason for its current visa policy towards Nigeria does not actually reflect the actual situation. The Nigerian government has not deviated from granting U.S. citizens 5 multiple entry non-immigrant visas, just as the U.S. has continued to grant the same to Nigeria. Well, these discussions is ongoing concerning this visa issue. But if you ask me, the U.S. is just looking for an excuse. It is not only Nigeria that they are giving these restrictions. Since the coming of Donald Trump, he has been making it very, very, that is for the U.S., he has been making it very, very hard for people to come into the United States of America. So Nigeria is just one of those countries. And one of the things he's trying to do is to send message across, especially when you want to join organizations, where you are not aligned with what he feels is best for America. He begins to look for a way to hobble you into a corner. And I think this is just one of the this is one of the policies he's going to use to make Nigeria come to his side. The thing is that we need to do much more better, because the cited issue of security and the rest of it, which we all know, security. But I think we need to maintain a stance with the U.S. We shouldn't just allow Donald Trump. He's doing it all over the world, issuing threats to nations.
Yes.
And we saw what happened in the last meeting they had with the president of Liberia, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, and 2 other countries, where he was asking the Liberian president, where did he school? How did he learn such a wonderful English? I begin to wonder why. He's ignorant of the fact that Liberia is an English-speaking country, and Liberia was once a colony of America.
Yes.
So
I think he must be joking. One of those things. The one big, beautiful bill act of Donald Trump is sending what some people describe as shockwave all over the countries of the world, just like you mentioned. It started with the support that the American government used to give organizations like the World Health Organization and other things like that. Now it has come to this level. I think the main thing here for us as a nation and as a people is to understand that it is not as it used to be. Times have changed and the situations too have changed. There is a need for us to begin to look inward and begin to do the things that will make those travelings not as beautiful as they look now. Hardly will you see Americans coming to Nigeria like the way Nigerians are going to the US. So some of these is as a result of the Japa syndrome, the fact that we have 1 or 2 challenges as a nation, insecurity and other things like that. And the fact that they don't actually benefit from the Nigerians that travel to US like it is like we, the Nigerians traveling there, benefit from.
Yeah,
so normally when you have, shall I use who pays the piper calls the tune?
If you have advantage,
you normally want to do it the way you want, in less regards of how the other person that is benefiting from you gets it. But to the extent where it's going to cause some disagreement in our diplomatic relations, the US too will have to tread with cautions, because somehow they have these benefits they get from Nigeria as a nation. So there is no way they will just jettison our contribution to their GDP and to the development of them. We have so many Nigerians who have volunteered, not volunteer per se, that serve as even American soldiers going to war to fight for America like that. We have doctors, we have ICT experts, we have people, nurses.
Nigeria has the highest number of non-indigenous graduates in
US.
In the US, if I'm not mistaken. There was a time a report like that came out. So we deserve some respect.
Yes, there's no way they will say we don't have anything that we do for them, so they will treat us anyhow.
But again, I would say this is a wake-up call to Nigeria, because if our medical facilities are working, if our economy is good, people wouldn't be trooping to America. People say that in the 70s, in the 60s, they beg people to travel. And once they go to school there, they come back immediately. They don't even want to go back. So it is because the situation of the country is very bad. That is why everybody is looking at Japa.
We have situations. For instance, now we've received reports in the past few days that former President Buhari is undergoing treatment in UK.
Yes.
Hardly will you see former president of Nigeria going to treatment in Abuja, or maybe teaching hospital Maiduguri, or teaching hospital Jos. They'll have to go to. So maybe there is a need for even the leadership to cut down on some of these travels.
And if you ask them, they will say that they'll fix power, they'll fix health.
That is even, what I'm saying is that, is it really the kind of treatments that cannot be handled in Nigeria? Because we must admit that we have some health challenges that we don't have the facilities. But somebody that has headache, or somebody that has some little problems, that Nigerian hospital will be able to take care of it, but he has to be flown abroad because he's a former president, because he has a lot of funds and things like that. Maybe there is a need for Nigerians to begin to show US too that we don't really care. I don't even have to come to US.
The thing is that those leaders, our leaders, they don't trust our system. That is why. I wonder why we've had, from 1999 to date, we've had President Olusegun Obasanjo. He was in his 60s when he became president. So definitely he is someone that would need good health healthcare
Yeah.
at his age. We've had
Jonathan?
Yaradua, who was very sick during his
when
time.
he became the president.
We had Jonathan. He was
Maybe the youngest.
The youngest and the one that we didn't have any health issue, except once or twice that he himself had to travel to Germany or somewhere from. Then we had President Muhammadu Buhari, who spent almost 2 years out of his 8 years outside treating himself, more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Then we have President Bola Tinubu, who has a direct flight to France almost every 3 months or so. Now and then. Now, we've seen, apart from President Goodluck Jonathan, although he himself once or twice took leave to go for treatment abroad, we've had people who need very strong health institutions in Nigeria, but none of them have deemed it fit to even build a world-class hospital in Aso Rock.
In Aso Rock, that's the point I was
In
doing.
Aso Rock.
So that it will be just for...
Aso Rock.
Do we have the funds to be able to...
They spend billions to build, to decorate, to buy this and that. In Aso Rock, world-class, bring in the best physician, the best this thing. Have them there. Whenever there are issues, fly them in. I don't know why, but I think it's a thing of trust. They don't trust the system.
What is wrong with still bringing those expatriates?
I don't know.
The good doctors that, as in the good doctors in quotes, that you think are outside Nigeria, you can bring them in.
I will again look at it from the cultural point of view. Do you know that now, a typical Nigerian, especially a Christian, you ask him, are you sick? He will say, I'm strong. Nobody wants to disclose his health status.
Yes, because yes, there's a way they
You don't want people to know
the details of how you're healthy or how you're sick.
No, it's just you begin to hide.
Strong. I'm very strong.
I'm very strong. You begin to hide your status, and I think that is one of the things they don't want people to know their health status. That is why they are running to where they can. The information won't leak. Because I wonder, it is only Goodluck Jonathan that I know that had. And President Olusegun Obasanjo, and even at that stage at 60-something, he needs a very good. None of them have deemed fit to build a world-class health facility, even in Aso Rock. It's a shame.
The problem with Nigeria is that at times you see stories coming up and you think it is something that is going to last or stand the test of time. I remember how some money were voted out some years back of how they're going to make the clinic in Aso Rock standard. But that story, you won't hear about it again. How about the solar facility in Aso Rock that came up and it trended?
I don't know.
I believe they're still buying diesel. The solar issue now has died now, and nobody is going to bring it up again until maybe after.
Although we ourselves, we need to do more to always question these things. Once the story breaks and it goes down, we jump onto another story. I think we need
the press or the Nigerians as a people.
The press. We need to go. I'm saying this to us. We need to stop just focusing on the headlines. We need to do more investigative story. This story has been there. Okay, 5 months later, what is the situation? What is this? Do a report, special report on it and this. I think we need to bring back that aspect, so that we help Nigerians to understand, so that before the money go into thin air, you've already, but maybe after 5 years, we remember someone is probing, they will say, oh, this story broke from 5 years ago.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I think we need to do more in the area of investigative journalism in Nigeria, especially to track projects and policies. Well, we are doing well, but I'm telling us we need to do more.
And there is this angle, I would like the US to pursue this visa restriction. They should target the high and the mighty. The policy should be such that the president, the vice president, the ministers, the governors...
I've forgotten that the US is a business entity.
No, what I'm trying to say...
Do you know how much these people bring into...
Yes, because now just imagine how much... Yes.
They are not a charity nation. They do charity. The money these people bring into their sector, they need it. That is why what they are targeting are those that are coming to come and jackpot.
Yes,
I don't blame countries who prioritize
the welfare of their people.
Because the more we come there, the more money. Those they are not so happy with is those that will come and add no value to the economy. So if you are coming to add value to, look at Canada. He has made it that the proof of fund is 17 million.
That's quite huge.
Yeah, 17 million naira.
Is it naira or dollars?
It's naira. But if you look at it, convert 17 million to dollars, you find out that it may just be a slight
Exchange
increase,
rate.
but our exchange rate has turned the money. If you do the calculation, you find out that it is not way out of this world for someone that say wants to go and school, he wants to go and live there.
I saw something yesterday was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, on D Master's Facebook page. He posted how $1 is the equivalent of over 22,000 naira of 22,000 of Sierra Leonean currency. So okay, Nigeria, we're not actually doing bad. I don't know how true that information is, but
The Sierra Leone economy is, let me not use another word, in a very good shape. Let us go to the Tribune. Let's go to the Tribune. The Tribune has the story, Arewa Economic Forum warns against CBN's new BDC recapitalization. Cite threats to northern economy, national security, seek extension of policy. The same old story. Any policy that comes, threats to... we can't keep doing business the same way and expect something different. I'm not someone that anytime I see any policy, whether I support it or not, being looked at from the position of ethnic group, it pisses me off. I wouldn't even bother to look at the merit of the story.
that is another aspect of the Nigerian society that I don't know when we are going to get over this. In one way or the other, everything we do, even if it's appointment, even if it's admission, even whatever it is, even in churches, even among the same tribe, you will find this signature of differentiation. It has to be this, it has to be that. And that is the way our politics have been. Hardly will you see somebody winning election in Nigeria without whipping up some of these sentiments.
No, but everybody. Now, look at the Arewa Economic Forum. Haven't they looked at the fact that there's a monopoly in the BDC business by Northerners? Have they tried to say, okay, now let us balance this? The monopoly over the years, the licenses that have been given have been more to Northerners. The control of the business has been more to Northerners. So definitely, if there's going to be a reform in that district, it's going to affect the Northerners more, because the Northerners have been the ones that have benefited most from this operation.
That is just the way it is. We look forward to us as a nation getting over this. And until we get over some of these small things, they're not actually small. They're actually big things. But you will see them as if they're not actually big. This is one of the things that has stopped us from growing. This is one of the things that has stopped us from developing as a nation. Because now they're looking at it from the perspective. Well, that is the reason why the Arewa Economic Forum is even created. You understand? This is one of the reason why it is created. So it will keep fighting whatsoever policy that is going to undermine the Arewa.
They haven't fought. We haven't, as Northern. I'm a Northerner. We haven't fought the scourge of Almajiri.
That is it.
We haven't fought the
extremism. You know, one of the major problem of the North is extremism.
It's extremism.
Because that is what has caused schools to be destroyed. Boko Haram will go about destroying the little schools that we have. Do you understand? That we are backward educationally. We'll see a group of extremists coming up to destroy the small facility that we have as education.
Our governors hold them to the jugular about out of school children. So that means you're just protecting your business using the name of the region. And you see the same thing applies to the other INEZ. They're just after politics. The major things, the things that affect the masses, they are less concerned. It is just when politics come, they begin to use the name of these regional groups to negotiate for themselves.
On a lighter note, somebody was describing Yohannes Ndibo not as, he said he disagreed that it is a social-cultural group. It is a political group. It is actually the social-cultural group.
Same thing with Arewa, this thing, and also this South Elders Forum. Or what is
the Pandef, this and that.
Nigeria won't bow to U.S. pressure to accept Venezuelan deportees, say federal government. That's strange. Then Akpabio removes Natasha as diaspora. Okay, it is diaspora committee chair.
Yeah.
Appoint Akwa Ibom senator in her place. That story is on page 27. NNPCL must account for 210 trillion, Senate insists. Flood may unleash toxic chemicals, poses risk to elderly ecosystem, UN warns. Then Supreme Court affirms Okpebholo as Edo governor. I think that puts an end to that, the saga in Edo State.
Yeah.
So now they just have to face governance for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
How Adoke orders stop Jonathan from removing me as governor. Shetima, ex-AGF was haunted globally over $1.3 billion OPL 1245 saga. Jonathan, I forgive everyone behind my ordeal, Adoke. The man went through a lot. Mohamed Adoke, former Attorney General.
Yeah.
I think he has been vindicated by the court, and that is why he's talking. Let us look at this story. Vice President Kashim Shettima said he was the most demonized public official under former President Goodluck Jonathan's administration, and will have been removed as governor of Borno State but for the intervention of the then Attorney General of the Federation, Mohamed Bello Adoke, and the then Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Waziri Tambuwa. Shettima revealed that Jonathan has considered removing as governor amid the worsening Boko Haram insurgency following his declaration of a state of emergency in the state. The move itself was halted by Adoke, who served as Minister of Justice on constitutional ground. Jonathan was reported contemplating the suspension of Shettima in line with the precedent set by former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Plateau and Ekiti State in 2004 and 2006. A precedent recently echoed by President Bola Tinubu. Shettima's
in Rivers State.
Shettima made the revelation on Thursday in Abuja during the public presentation of Adoke's memoir, OPL 245 Inside Story. Wow. The former Borno governor said Tambuwa and Adoke were courageous enough to tell Jonathan that he lacked the constitutional authority to remove even an elected councillor, let alone a sitting governor.
How come he does not have the confidence to tell Tinubu?
That was just why
don't try that in Rivers State, or else I'll resign as the vice president. At least
because the position of Tambuwa and Adoke is lower than that of the vice president. It's a joint ticket. Why didn't he take the same step when the president was taking that
maybe
decision?
they'll give you a reason. They'll tell you the situations are different. And look at it. Even Tinubu himself condemned what Obasanjo did in Plateau State when he introduced that kind of state of emergency. He did exactly what Obasanjo did that you condemned. I don't know whether he has called Obasanjo to apologize to say, I was actually wrong when I condemned what you did.
And you say when I was in the last 4 years of President Jonathan's administration, I was the most demonized. I was public enemy number one. Certain decisions were taken in a very small circle. The president, vice president, senate president, and the speaker of the house. At one of those conclaves, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who have shielded the sword with and have now recalibrated our relationship, was mooting the idea of removing this Borno governor. But the thing is that at that period, if you ask me, Shettima was really under fire. There are a lot of rumors, and that rumor, some people still carry it to today, that he was sponsoring the Chibok issues and the rest of, people create stories and the rest of it. And when the story has it that the then was Kabiru Sokoto, the villager bomber, was arrested in Borno State government lodge in Abuja. Stories like that. It was really under pressure. How he survived it, I think, is a testament to his own strength as an administrator. Well, let's move on. I would like to look at that, also read that Mohamed Adoke's book, because I was part of those that really believe that Mohamed Adoke should face the law concerning that OPL 24.
You should just make it public, just like IBB did his own. I think
it's public. It's the book launch, so it should be. No,
public. I'm talking about how the IBB's book was online for most people to have access to the soft copy.
You can't compare the way people. If you ask me, a lot of people don't know who Mohamed Adoke is. A lot of people don't care. They don't even know what the OPL 24 is all about. Yeah. So the interest the interest in the book will not be, it is not as juicy. The story of this is not as juicy as we wanted to know what IBB did during his.
Maybe we should place a request on Innovative Arena. Maybe somebody will drop it for us.
Sure someone will share it with me either today or tomorrow. Okay, let's go to another paper. Okay, well, I think we've taken. Let's take Punch.
The Punch.
Let's take Punch. Let's hit the news with a punch. Buhari government went after Mahalai's post-2015 election. Jonathan. It's a period of NNPC refineries may never work again. Dangote. That story is on page 23.
Okay.
Yes, that is he's not a prophet. This is just it may never work again.
Yeah.
If we continue to operate it the way it is being operated now, it will never work again. Corrupt politicians using crypto wallet to launder money. EFCC chiefs. That is not news too. Not only corrupt politicians. People use crypto wallet to launder money. Nigeria rejected U.S. push to accept Venezuelan deportees. That is according to Tuga. And Ighodalo angry as Tinubu governor praised Okpebholo's court victory. Stories on page 8 if you want to read how angry Ighodalo is and how Tinubu and others are praising Okpebholo's court victory. Go to page 8 of the Punch.
He disagrees with the Supreme Court's judgment.
It is typical. What else do you want him to do? I think out of 100, only one we accept it in good faith.
Now, maybe now he will be talking about how the judges were bribed and this. But if a judgment is up to that point, I don't think there is a need for him to be angry again. Just accept it and contest
And I think
again.
what the judgment said, it upheld the decision of the Court of Appeal. Said he was not able to provide
Sufficient evidence.
to back up his claim. I don't like diving into the issue of the courts between politicians because they will never agree where they are at fault. If Okpebholo has lost this case, he will be saying the same thing. That is one thing I know about them. They'll never come to the game with fairness. They come with the mindset that it is my way or the highway. That is why there's so much violence in our politics, so much violence in elections. Everybody come with the mindset of a win or a do or die mindset, a win or nothing else.
That's not going to help us as a nation. I will call on the former PDP gubernatorial aspirant in Edo State to, what Hausa we say, Rungumekadara, and do the needful until 2027 election. It's just around the corner. He's just go back to the trenches and start making arrangements for how he's going to make a comeback.
3-year-old boy dies inside Lagos soaked away. That story is on page 4 and page 5 of that's quite sad. And I saw the picture of the soaked away there. I think they need to, anything like this need to be covered, not exposed.
Yeah.
You go to some shanties around Lagos and you see their exposed soccer ways and the rest of it. But I see children playing around. Some of those kids may be used to it, they play ball around it, but accidents can occur. And you can also have kids not around the area who may not know.
Yeah.
And they will.
There is a way sanitation officers should go around, just like it used to happen some years ago when we were growing up. In those days, you can't leave your soccer way open like that and you won't be arrested. Somehow you'll be penalized for those things.
I think even sometimes we don't need a sanitation officer for us to, because it is not the child of the sanitation officer
that will come.
It is not the sanitation officer that will bear the brunt of the disease.
Yes.
It is those that are guilty of it. They are the ones that they are most likely to be affected by it, because nobody living 10 kilometers away will come play near this thing. It is those that live within. You find out that this child belongs to someone that lives
in that neighborhood.
In that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Look, LG polls, ballot snatching will trigger by-election. Last year once. That's on PCs. Local government, Lagos local government
elections tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes. Now let us look at the major.
Look at the one on GT Bank before I think you go to the. Just GTCO.
Okay, GTCO plans fresh expansion after London Stock Exchange listing.
I think the report on Sun TV, 9 p.m. News said this is the first time that bank from Africa will be listed in London Stock Exchange.
That's quite great. Nigerian banks are doing well. I don't know how they are doing it, but they are doing very well. Zenith, Access, and GTCO, and they're doing well. Although Nigerians are saying they are not enjoying their services, but they, as a business, the banks are doing very well. Now, let's go to the major headline. Autonomy standoff. Government gets 4.5 trillion LG funds 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. Okay, governors get 4.5 trillion LG funds 1 year after Supreme Court ruling. Local government yet to open CBN accounts. Labour blame governors. AGF for delay. Falana Sands accused governors, federal government. I think there's no political will to.
That is just it. We mentioned this issue when we were discussing that other thing that time. The truth is that some of these things, when that judgment was pronounced in the Supreme Court, everywhere picked. Every Nigerian was happy. Local government staff were happy. The governors too have made commitments that they are going to give it full support. But 1 year down the lane, nothing has happened. Just to open an account with Central Bank, I don't know what it means to go for local governments to have an account with Central Bank. This thing has been there for years, for months, and nobody has said anything about it. And you may be surprised that this thing may take up to 2027.
Yeah.
You may be this issue.
As long as it has been politicized, it is something that will be used for election.
If it is a case of a senator that has been removed, you will see how the enforcement procedure will be swift. If it is a governor that has been removed by a Supreme Court, the enforcement procedure will be swift. Now a Supreme Court judgment has been passed on local government autonomy. Like, how many months today? Nobody is doing anything about it.
That's exactly 1 year after the Supreme Court granted full autonomy to the 774 local government areas. The federal government has continued to channel allocations through state government. An analysis by The Punch shows that the state governors retain control of council allocations totaling 4.5 trillion naira, defying the landmark judgment that mandated direct funding to the local governments. On July 11, 2024, the Apex Bank ruled that local governments must receive their allocations directly from their federation account, describing the long-standing practice of routing the funds through state governments as unconstitutional. In response, the federal government constituted an interagency panel to oversee the implementation of the ruling and directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to open individual accounts for each 774 local government councils across the country to facilitate direct disbursement. However, 1 year after the judgment, findings by The Punch shows that the process remained largely unimplemented. Local government allocations have continued to pass through state governments amid delay and dispute between Central Bank, state government, and local government authorities and other relevant agencies. So it is just still, we are still where we were. The only thing that this judgment was able to achieve was the fact that if you don't have a democratically elected local government chairman, so it's made all of them to, that is the only thing we've been able to achieve with this. They all rushed to do the election when they felt that if you don't do the election, you will not get the allocations. But the moment they did the elections and they started getting the allocation, nobody cared again. That is the bane of most of our policies in Nigeria.
I commend Femi Falana. He's a strong voice. That anytime he talks, he speaks on something, there is a way actions will be expedited on. I call on the NBA, the NULGI, the labor. They should put the necessary pressure. The press, you understand? There is a need for us to join hands together to see to it that the autonomy of local government is returned fully, not by lip service.
Okay, let us look at someone that is directly affected, an organization that is ALGON. The Secretary General of ALGON, Mohammed, the ALGON is the Association of Local Government Employees. Mohammed Abubakar, while speaking with The Punch on Thursday evening, said the association was patiently waiting on the office of the Secretary of the Government of the Federation to give updates on the documents submitted to the President Bola Tinubu. According to Abubakar, Tinubu listened to the concerns of the governors and mandated the SGF and the Attorney General of the Federation to work on the bottlenecks affecting the implementation of the judgment. No one has gone quiet. The process is ongoing. The governors have some concerns, and the president gave a listening ear to the governors. The president mandated the SGF and AGF to work on the bottleneck. So if you look at what the Algon chairman is saying, it's letting us know that work is in progress. So I was expecting Algon to lead the charge. To lead the charge in this. But from what he's saying that work is ongoing.
Well, let's see.
Okay. Let us go to another paper. Let's take maybe one more paper before we go. Okay. Okay, let's go to the Guardian. Let us look at what the Guardian has for us this morning. Okay, I've seen it. INEC deploys online party registration portals. Applications hit 129. Then federal government shrugs off U.S. pressure to accept foreign prisoners, deportees. That story is on page 3. Then 210 trillion probe. Senate berates NNPC Airbus for defiance issues ultimatum. Then we have security operatives killed, other missing, fresh Benue attack. That story is on page 30. And ECOWAS court reject bid to overturn $10,000 judgment against Nigeria. Then Lagos LG Post, APC opposition parties bicker over exercise. Can read out on page 28. Ighodalo accepts Supreme Court verdict, decries robbery, betrayal of Edo People's Trust. Stories on page 6. The ADC coalition faces up its task to unseat Tinubu since presidency body judge. Okay, I think that's it. Let's look at this story. Elderly care, emerging boom in home services, costly substitute for healing hospitals. We're just talking about our health.
Yeah.
Let us look at what the Guardian has for us. They have that by the end of the year, the population of elderly people in Nigeria is expected to reach about 11.5 million and approximately 25.5 million by 2050. The aging population, combined with shifting family structures, existential challenges, and the ongoing migration of health workers, is quietly but steadily driving growth in the elderly care economy, which holds immense potential for job creation and investment. Though largely unregulated, expensive, and inaccessible to many low-income families. So they're looking at, I think this is beginning to come up, where people have elderly homes where you can bring your elderly for them to be given care. It shows something that we're beginning to move from that extended family system to a more nuclear system. And people are beginning to move. You know, those days, the elderly stay with us. We all live in a compound, but people are becoming. Then those days you have children at home, or even you yourself, you take care of your father or your mother. But now, the race against the time is not allowing.
The kind of jobs we do, urbanization, migration, so many things calling for the attention of the grandchildren who are supposed to take care of their grandparents, may be away in school and they don't come back again until. I saw kids, even kids in primary school, coming back from school around 4 to 5 p.m.
That is quite early. You see some, while going up, you see some parents, although maybe the kids, we have to go and meet them at their shop or their listed, they stay there. When they close at night, they come together. So these are just some of the things that, now such kids or such parents wouldn't have time to take care of their elderly. Yeah. So, and I think that is where there's a window of opportunity here. Yes. There's a window of opportunity here for those, but the thing is that it should be regulated.
There's a need, yes, from this stage that it is being introduced, there is a need for proper regulation so that stories will not come out as the practice continue to grow and develop.
They're talking about later, just let me deviate a little from this, but maybe related. There was a friend, a family friend we used to have in Lagos. they've migrated to Canada.
Okay.
And the wife dropped a post on Facebook yesterday. She spoke about her homework. She said she had 3 kids, now there are 4 kids. Then she had 3 boys here. Their biggest problem while in Nigeria was homework. The kids leave home, then it was in Lagos, as early as 7 a.m.
Yeah.
They go to school, they don't come back until around 4. Because Lagos, the school's closed by 3, then you have extra lessons by 4, then maybe you begin to move home. The school may be some kilometers, a distance away from home. So they come back between 4:35. So they just have to eat and rest. And they begin to do their homework by 7. Because they need a window of rest and this. And they'll do that homework. And sometimes they come home with as much as 5 homework, 6 homework. By weekend, you think the whole library will be brought home. She said it became very, very strenuous for her. Now in Canada, that they hardly bring
any homework.
And if they bring, it is something that the kids will be able to do on their own. Maybe 1 or 2 like 3 for the week. And it is things that these kids can. Then I begin to wonder, why do we always think that loading these children with? I've seen it. People will say, I was once a teacher. People will come and say, they've not been seeing homework. So what people do, is that they load them.
Well, I, like me personally, I am not an educationist, so I may not know whether it has adverse effects or not. I think when kids come back home without homework, they will just be fooling around and playing around. Play is part of
one of the
it's very important for their growing up life. But the issue is that kids these days seems to be too distracted. That homework has a way of stabilizing them. When they know that
what
they have
we call distraction.
Yeah.
What we think when they are not like this. They learn a lot when you allow them to just free up themselves. And the truth is that the homework, even the teachers, they don't have the energy to mark those homework.
So what you said now just made me to remember something. Somebody said, in the neighborhood, when you see a kid that is being described as a very stubborn child, you will discover that what people describe as stubbornness is confidence.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
He is so confident, he's so full, he's so daring that you say, this boy is very stubborn. It's not actually that he's stubborn. It's just that he's so full of confidence that he go about doing things that ordinarily other kids will not do. So he's been tagged as that. The person was saying that if you look at those kids and they continue like that, they end up as one of the most...
As leaders.
As leaders, because they build confidence early in life. Yeah. They experiment things, climbing the fence, doing this and that. But an overprotective parent will say, don't follow this person, don't do that. Not that you allow them go and enjoy themselves, but there is a need for kids to be allowed to explore the environment, know how to...
I've looked at the homework of kids and I begin to wonder. In the class, you see primary 2, primary 3 writing 2 pages of notes. They will never read it. Why don't you use more time, less notes, and then discuss explain it to them. They retain it more in their head than what, but you write 2 pages on accidents. Why don't you just describe accidents to them? They will have a better understanding. Let me use an example. There's someone, I don't want to mention his name, is one of our staff, very, very creative young man.
Yeah.
I saw he was doing some things. I asked him, I said, while you were young, while you were a child, you used to destroy a lot of things. He just looked at me and said, the things he has destroyed at home is uncountable. He said the phones, when phones came, the phones he has
spoiled.
Nobody lives in with them. I said, well, it's quite obvious because now there's nothing you can't fix. There's nothing you can't touch because during those periods, you were curious about technology. He said TVs and radios, phones, these are things that he must fiddle with them. And up to date, he has that in him. He must fiddle with those things and is a go-to guy when you have such issues. You just go to him, please, help me do this, and he will get it done.
The
The other day, someone went to his alma mater, and the principal was speaking very well of him, that this is one of their best students. This is one of their best students. And I'm sure in that school, it must have cost a lot.
the person said if you go to a home that a TV remote is not working, the only person that can operate that TV remote would be the kids.
The kids.
Because they have been working with it and they know how to go about it. The father will say, change the channel. He'll have to call one of the, please come and change the channel. Because they know how to manipulate the malfunctioning remote because of their...
Well, at this point, I don't think we can manipulate the time more than this. We just have to go and allow the pigeon segment come in. So we'll go for a short break. When we come back, the morning show continues on Sun TV.
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic website and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-10-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Sun TV, your premier 24/7 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Sun TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sun TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient, and affordable 24/7 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
una good morning, how una day. I hope say una wake up well this morning. I dey welcome una to the pidgin section of our morning show. As this na section we would always dey knack una correct story concerning the things where they happen for inside the country, even to serve our community and our society. My name is Esther Oka Steven, and with me this morning and myself with una where they watch this program. Sake of saying now una go follow me Touchlight Matter with us on Facebook at Some TV. Even yourself will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live. Okay, the story when I won't begin with this morning now concerning environment matter, our society matter. Now me won't begin with this morning. Sake of say 1 3-year-old child, one small pikin, don't go follow for inside the soccer way when he be say he dey for inside the community, my country people. This one now for inside the Lagos State now it happen near my country people for Ibeju-Lekki area. Then this one it can't happen as one small boy of 3 years old when them they call him say Chibike Uba. Go follow for inside the soccer way. How the story take happen to be said the mama will be Uba come outside the talk say then they for the sister house for that place for Lekki. As then they for that place when she dey inside house they arrange her things sake of say they want to go out to. Then this boy auntie can receive a phone call. So she can't excuse the Chibike mother go outside to go receive a call. And for there, Chibike can look in mama can say in the come say you want run to go meet auntie for outside my country people. As Chibike go outside, the auntie self no even notices a small bikini follow her go outside. Now when the auntie wey be Utoro come finish the call, can come out, enter inside the room. Then the Uber come ask and say, where my pikin Chibike dey? He say they follow you go outside as you go to receive your call. Then the auntie come say, say she not see Chibike, say Chibike no come outside. And from there the mama can't come outside with the auntie. They come go outside, come begin to find a Chibike. And as God we have it, they come notice the boy slippers there for the surrounding of where that soccer way day. As the mama come reach the slippers place, you come they hear the boy they scream for inside the soccer way. Now the final sound where the mama hear be that. Before they come begin they raise the alarm, they begin they shout now from there. Now area people they come run, come help rescue this small boy. And from there, my country people they come rush this child go for the nearby general hospital when it dey near them for that place. As they come reach there, they come fix oxygen for inside this boy body, but notwithstanding, as I dey talk to una so, he can't dey so unlucky say this boy no fit survive am. Now for there, na Chibike can't take die. Everybody come begin to raise the alarm, begin to shout. So tell they call the blame landlord. One man for area can't come outside, one of their tenants can't come outside for that place. You can't talk, say, they don't they tell landlord to say make landlord cover that soccer away when he be say he dey for that their place for that side. But landlord no agree take a caution, say landlord no agree adhere to what they tell him. Say, see now, you don't take the life of this small child, Chibike of 3 years old. And they talk to una, so talk person of a human rights where they for on top this matter come outside. She talk say since they call landlord, say landlord do not they pick in call. So as for now, they never get to the conclusion of the matter. Say landlord never pick it. But on how they take go concerning this matter, we'll carry on corner on sake of say talk person of human rights don't talk, say they must to get to the bottom of this matter. My country people, the reason why I carry this matter come for us this morning, I say, say many of us will they live into that kind of situation. Many of us they for rented apartment, maybe be say 1 or 2 things they happen. Those are these people them they blame landlord now. Now so it gets areas when they be say some landlord them they lack for inside the tenant houses when it be say they for inside the community. I believe say many of us when they watch this program, many of us now landlord now will be I beg make una take caution. When tenants they cry too much to say I beg make you see to this or try look into it because of say they worry that tenant. Now here I'm out the one of the tenants come out and say he don't say when they tell landlord say make you look for plank take cover that soccer away. But the landlord no one adhere to them. And see now I don't come finally take the life of 3-year-old boy. If landlord come outside and I think say these people with the anger issue where they for ground now, they go allow landlord to go free like that. On this matter now, even though the landlord and the self they clean, as they talk to una, so they fit talk say now landlord now open them for sacrifice. Country people will not be so. For those of you now just they watch us this now the pidgin section of our morning show. And our section where they knack on tori concerning the happening things for inside the country. We just dey torchlight matter na enter for inside the Lagos State, my country people for Ibeju area of Lekki, wey dey for inside the Lagos State, where one small pikin of 3 years old, when dem dey call am say Chibike, go follow for inside the soccer way when e be say dey cry say make landlord cover tey. Landlord no gree cover am, na for there na Chibike go follow die. So as I dey talk to una, so dem rush this pikin go for hospital when the mama notice the boy slippers around that soccer way when he cry go there. As they bring out the boy, where they rush and go hospital for that place, they fix oxygen, but yet this pikin e no fit to survive. And they talk to una, so now they don't they blame landlord. Take off say they say me landlord put plank for that place ever since, but landlord no gree adhere to them, my country people. Now you make me now carry this matter come outside. Say those of una wey be landlord where they watch this program, I beg no be only soccer way. E get some crack self where they come out to for inside house when e be say tenants go they cry say, oga landlord this place crack dey o. Once anything happen now, my room go open and the other neighbor go they see o. Some landlord they go they ignore that kind of thing until one day when they sleep una go hear say house don collapse, which is very very bad. When tenants they complain, some go tell say my ceiling not good or e dey leak or other kind thing. Landlord make una they pay attention to tenants matter. Now that one I carry me sit down for here this morning. No be I know say Chibike life now e don't go, but the repercussion, the thing where landlord go take in eye see for this matter now. As they talk to una, so no be small thing. Una sabi country people with their mouth. So people fit even come outside and come talk say na ritual. Now landlord open that thing now, and maybe no be intentional act yo. And if landlord no get money, na to come outside come tell them say money no dey. But when money come, I go do something. But meanwhile, we take this thing cover am. Small things like that when e be say landlord no fit cross check take do. Now don't come buy big job for landlord. So big no. Anytime when e be say people they cry for society, you will be head if they cry to you. Make you try look for 1 or 2 solutions. Take put in place so that some kind things no go happen. If to say na plank. Now you don't put for that place and the baby go there, dance on top the job before something can happen. They go say, landlord, you don't cover am and the baby is stubborn. But this one now, you know they cover, the place they open. And also society people, those of una waiting for tenant house, no be everything una go they wait to say make a landlord you do. Yes, una fit put head together to do am. As landlord, they call landlord, where landlord no they agree answer una to put plank for that place. All of una for join money, even though na for 500, 1,000, buy plank, take do am. At the end of the day, when una they pay una house rent, una go come out and inside. Say oga landlord so cry when e be say we they tell you, you no agree adhere to it. Now the deduction I believe since we take our money take do am. Country people will not be so. Even say some people go say my house get crack, my house need to be repainted, my house need to do this one. If you don't cry tire, landlord change my ceiling. If landlord do not agree change them, not be bad thing. Say you carry your money, take do am. Do the painting. But try cement that place when you get crack for your room. When you want pay am in house rent, deduct am. He go tell you say who send you, but your own safety too, it dey important. So no be everything una go dey look am say. Some can't say you get the kind of work where you go do for your house. Say when landlord comes here, landlord go praise you. Yes. You don't even need to tell and say you go deduct the money. When you they give a house rent, you go say take for that work when it be say you do for inside your house. So no be everything una go dey wait say until the head can't do am before you go do. Do what is right. To say una self for that compound when it be say Chibike na don't go for that soccer way. To say all of una unite together. Talk say as landlord no gree do am, make we gather money take do am. I'm not sure say this thing go result to this level. Yes, so I beg, no be everything una go dey wait say until the owner of the house do before una go dey okay. No, una self for compound make una dey unite, make una dey gather, dey do meeting concerning issues, small matters like this, so they avoid this kind of deadly situation. Okay, my country people, I beg make una join me commenting for Facebook at Some TV. Even yourself will be there for YouTube at Some TV Live. I still remain Esther Oka Steven and for here I go draw the curtain on the pidgin section of our morning show. Make una have a wonderful weekend. Una do.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC. The financial...
In today's digital age, staying ahead of the curve is crucial for success. Taraba Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and JSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Taraba Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464, or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Taraba Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Taraba Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 24/7. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Som TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Som TV. Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Som TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient, and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State. Super Cash. Unlock seamless 247 financial transaction, easy loans, and rewarding savings with our innovative mobile banking solution. Taraba Online Market. Buy and sell local and exotic products. Connect with suppliers and grow your businesses 247 with our vibrant e-commerce platform. TBS e-learning. Access a wall of knowledge with our comprehensive online courses and myriad of professional programs. SuperSop. Unlock exclusive subscription-based services, discounts, and reward. Don't miss this groundbreaking products and services. Join us as we all celebrate in the future and experience the future today. Taraba Business School and Taraba News, empowering your future 247. Ascend to the future.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
Good morning, welcome back to the morning show on Some TV. This is the segment where we discuss issues that have to do with Taraba State. And we'll be taking the stories from the pages of Taraba newspaper. Taraba newspaper is the most influential news paper in Taraba State. And that is where you get it hot and sizzling every morning, every day. It's a daily newspaper that you can be rest assured that it's going to break the news for you once it has to do with Taraba State. And as usual, with me is Mr. Radane Kukwe. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham. Good morning to you, our esteemed viewers. Ensure to follow us always as we're going to give you the best of analysis on trending issues from this place.
Okay, let us go straight to the stories. We have Dr. Augustina attends debates grand finale at SUBEB, praises debaters. Dr. Augustina, the Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education, Taraba State, attended the debate grand finale in preparation for the National Reading Framework organized by Taraba State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB. The Commissioner expressed delight at the performances of the students from Joro Isa Nursery and Primary School, Mayudasa, Modern Nursery and Primary School, Jalingo, who debated on the topic. Social media has done more harm than good in promoting student reading habits and encouraged them to sustain it. She applauded the SUBEB for the unwavering commitment to ensuring that the free education policy of His Excellency Dr. Ugwe Kefas succeed. The debate has in attendance the chairperson of SUBEB, Mrs. Christiana Teninga Binga, permanent member, secretary, Mrs. Rabi Sunday, director, staff, and teachers from the respective schools. And we also have that cash awards and prizes were given to the winning school and best performing students. I think this is a good one.
It's a very worthy development. This is what have been obtained in time past. Quiz and debate competition has a way of building the abilities of students at that age, primary and secondary school. Even in universities, when you're defending your project, is debate.
Yeah.
You understand? So some of these things is should not be relegated for any reason. So this is a very good move, and we commend Augustina for this. Though she just attended, it was organized by
Taraba State Basic Education Board. I would like did you participate in
yes, and Jerry Timothy, the biology lecturer, is one of, in those days, the secondary school attended. Even the primary school attended Hileri Primary School, Takum, then Reverend Jonathan Wamada Memorial Secondary School. I was their best debate participant in those days in Takum. It is regular in that between 1991 and 1997, debates, quiz, hardly will a term pass without all the secondary schools in Takum coming for a debate in JSS Takum, government commercial and other things like that. And it helps us at that point in time.
The problem I had with debate was, and I never represented in any debate because I don't know. Once you know the system will do that, they write a very lengthy debate for you, expect you to cram it, and then reel it out. Okay. I could bring out my points that I know, but you don't. If the moment you write it and you tell me to cram it, just count me. Well, the fact is that I was this kind of student that I wouldn't have time to go and sit down and cram 2 pages. But you can allow me to read it and use my own words. So most time, they will say this is a topic, it has been written, write it, cram it, come on. I said no, I don't.
The person that taught us, late Dankaro Fawe, he was actually a biology teacher, but he was so good. Yeah. Now he would tell you, you only list the points. You understand? You only list. He won't allow you crime. He only list the point for you, 10 points. Then he will say, okay, master the first 4, master the first 5. So that you go. He wants you to do some. So you don't show the paper. You don't even come with the paper. You already have it in your head. You say a teacher is better than a doctor for the following reason. This. It is the teacher that taught the doctor this. Now, after discussing that, you come back, take up your piece of paper and climb again.
I have serious problem with crime. I can explain anything on this, but you tell me to begin to say word for word, you then count me out of it. And I think it helped a lot of. The other day, on Sunday, we went for Old Students Association. I saw one of our great debaters. He's now a lawyer, Barrister Zakaria Manji.
All right.
And I said, he was very good in debating. He was short then, but he could hold his own on the stage. And yes, he was one of the best in my set then. Well, I think this has a way of helping
your what do you call it, the alumni party? What is the name of the event? Did you wear your secondary school uniform or you just came?
No, we came. I think it was just the MC.
Wore the school
uniform. Doctor, what's his name again? He wore the school uniform. He has this smallish body. He was looking like I used to know him. Okay. I told him if they pick you around Wukari, they will lock you in. That's why I said you're one of the students that escaped.
Okay.
Well, let's go to another story. Honorable Sadiq Abbas Tafida charges FEMA on deteriorating federal roads in Taraba. The member representing Jalingo, Yoro and Zing federal constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Sadiq Abbas Tafida, has called on the Federal Road Maintenance Agency to urgently address the alarming state of federal roads in Taraba State. He noted that virtually all major entry points into the state are in deplorable condition and require immediate attention. I don't want to read much of this. It is quite obvious that we've been abandoned in terms of federal roads. I believe our representatives, both the Senate, they should come together and look for a way to raise this issue at the National Assembly and also have audience with the President or the Minister of Works. We've been relegated in this part of the country. I don't think there's any part of Nigeria that have suffered so much neglect on federal roads like Taraba.
That is the truth. I agree with you. All the roads that lead to Taraba, if you're coming from the south, if you're coming from the north, you will discover that roads that leads to any part of Taraba is actually in deplorable states. Is it Katsanala Takum Road or is it Katsanala Okari Road? Or if you're coming from Ibi, after the bridge from Ibi to Okari is another is challenge. No Man's Road, I don't know whether there is still road in that place.
So there's Anya.
That is so. During this rainy season, if you follow Jalingo to Noman, no matter how...
Is it any different in the dry season?
What I'm saying is even worse. You understand? You will see body of water that you begin to wonder whether it's canoe you're going to use to cross those.
Look at Namne Bridge too. Even Wukari to Jalingo is a federal road.
Yes, of course.
Look at
down to Katsina, they are all fine.
Look at the state of those roads. Look
so
at
they need to come together and make a unified statement. I think Honorable Tafida is doing well, but I think they should come. The 3 senators, all the members of reps should come out.
We have a Minister of State for regional planning.
For regional planning.
It should be. I think we should be part of the regional planning, if I'm not mistaken. And I think roads is part of the areas that regional planning looks into. I really don't understand what is going on. We're calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to please remember us in Taraba. Taraba is still a state in Nigeria. If you're counting state and capital, the second to the last, the Taraba is still
we are not actually second to the last like that, except if you want to follow the alphabetical. But we are the food, but remove Taraba state from Nigeria, many Nigerians will go hungry.
Definitely.
We're the unofficial food basket of the nation. Benue decide to take the name. We allow Benue to take the food basket because we decide to be nature's gift. So we are actually
we also
the food
give
basket.
them a gift of the name.
So you see, Taraba state should not be relegated for any reason. We are the unauthorized, what do you call it? Is it unauthorized? The unofficial food basket of the nation.
Because let me just count something. Tell me if you have any state in Nigeria that you can grow rice, palm kernel, cocoa, pear, shea butter, mango, wheat, sesame seed. I'm not going to count those regular.
Even coffee.
Tea.
And we have in all the local governments of Taraba. If you want to go to Europe and you lack funds, you can just go to Gembu, and you will still have the same kind of environment that you have in Europe. If you want to go to Savannah area, come to Zing. If you want to go for fishing, you just go to Karim and follow down the river down to Ibi. By the time you arrive Ibi, you will have lots of fish. We have so many things that Taraba State is contributing to the socio-economic development of Nigeria.
And even the Benue River, the longest stretch of the Benue River
is in Taraba State.
So we have a lot, and I don't know why we have been abandoned. I think the president probably, and he hasn't visited us
since he came to power.
I don't know whether. Well, I don't know. Before he became.
It's possible maybe he visited Jolly Nyame when he was the governor of Taraba in 1999.
I doubt it. There's no way Jagaban will have come to Taraba then that he was a swashbuckling governor.
Well,
made the press.
His better half came, so we will assume that.
No, we didn't vote the better. Even the vice president came. I think the president needs to come and see us. At least come to some TV studio.
But how come he has not visited Taraba yet?
That is what I'm holding the APC leaders in Taraba for that. How come you have?
Well, I don't want to look at Tinubu as APC. Tinubu belongs
let
to
us
Nigeria
even
now.
Well, during campaign,
yes,
they couldn't bring him. During campaign, they couldn't bring him. It's an indictment on them. How can it have? He went to some states as much as 3 or 4 times, and they couldn't bring him here to come and campaign.
He should visit us as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have
very good roads that is going to use to tour around the state. Honestly, very
he should come and travel to Sa by road or travel to Karim.
Yes, yeah.
Travel to Karim by road.
Travel to Karim by road. He's going to enjoy it's going to be a one time. Well, let us go to. Let's take one more story. Once again, the troops of 6th Brigade clamped down armed syndicates, arrest suspects, recover AK-47 rifle in Taraba. In a decisive move to rid Taraba State of criminal elements, troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army deployed at Forward Operating Base Wukari have successfully dismantled a gun-running syndicate operating within the southern region of Taraba State. Acting on credible intelligence regarding the activities of gun runners at a settlement in BAP village along Sukundi Road in Wukari local government area. The troops swiftly conducted a tactical operation that resulted in the arrest of 2 suspects, 55 years old Uba Idi and 29 years old Isiaka Yusufa. A subsequent interrogation and follow-up action on the arrested suspect led to the recovery of the following items: 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 AK-47 rifle magazine, 16 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, 1 Techno mobile phone, and 1 Bajaj motorcycle. Now, let me tell you, the kind of damage this 1 AK-47 can cause, that is 16 rounds. 16 rounds, that is, it could take 16 lives.
Or even more.
Or even more.
So the Brigadier General Chidi Bere Wa and his men, officers and men, are actually seeing to it that Taraba State remain as peaceful as we have been experiencing now for some time. They should be rest assured of our prayer, of our goodwill, of our support. They're actually doing well, making this arrest. Hardly will there be any day that you will not see, a week, let's just say a week, hardly will there be any week that you won't see 6 brigades in Jalingo doing this and that and seeing to it that criminals don't have a field day. So commendations to them and commendations to the tribal state government for the support, and their professionalism is actually paying off. We stand with them as partners in progress in fighting crime.
Okay, that's all we can take on today's edition of the Morning Show on Some TV. So I would like to thank you that have been part of this program, watching us on TV, on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and on our website, I would say, on our app. I would say you've done a very wonderful job, and we'd like to say thank you to you. To the studio manager, Mr. Dominion, a.k.a. Planner. He has planned a very wonderful program for us today. And also the master control operator, Silas Walu Gift.
And the son of the prophet. The son of the prophet who is there in the studio this morning.
Yes,
Meshach
Lazarus, the son of the prophet. And also we have the tech lead, Mr. John Oyewole, who has led the technology in a very, very decent manner this morning. And also we have Mr. the Pigeon Esther
Oka
Elele Leo, the Ogunge Mama of Some TV. Wonderful presentation of the Pigeon segment. With me is Mr. Erada Nepukwen. Thank you once again for being a guest on this show. And to the executive producer, Chief Gabriel Lainka, thank you for the platform. And to everyone, wherever you may be, from the north to the south, from the east to the west, we say have a wonderful day. My name is Abraham Minor Joda.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call